Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, thanks for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back to watch another video. It's so good to have you here with me again today. So as you can tell from the title of today's video, what I'm going to be doing is doing a budget walkthrough. So I'm going to be sharing all my numbers for the month of November. So what I would say for anybody that's new around here is that in this budget walkthrough, I'm going to be walking through the numbers for our whole household. So this includes my salary, my husband's salary, and all our side hustles as well. So yeah, that's a combined income. My income is actually paid on a monthly basis, and my husband's income actually is paid on a weekly basis, and his income is quite variable. So in these monthly budget walkthrough videos, what you see is how we kind of navigate that and make it work for us. A few days ago I did my first ever live budget video, so I basically did a budget recap for the month of October, showing you exactly how I spent my money live, and it was a really good live. I thought it went really well. I'll link it up there in the description box below if you want to check it out. Let me know as well in the comment section below if that type of content is something you want to see more of. You prefer the live budget walkthroughs or the pre-recorded ones like the one you're watching now? Let me know and I can see how I can incorporate that into my content moving forward. If you do enjoy budget related videos, personal finance videos, ways to save money, money saving tips, way to kind of budget your finances, that kind of content, I've got lots of it on this channel, and I continually create this kind of content. So if you haven't yet subscribed, definitely subscribe, and also hit the notification bell actually, so that you get notified when these videos are published, because what I find is that a lot of you are not even hearing about these videos when they're released. So definitely hit that notification bell, subscribe. And without further ado, I'm going to jump into my November 2021 numbers for you now. You can see my November 2021 budget template. This template that I actually use for my budget is available for sale on my website. I'll link the link in the description box below. So if you don't have a budget template that you're using and you want to use one like mine, then definitely grab yourself a copy. Also, side note guys, if my voice sounds a bit husky, it's because I lost it a few days ago and it's just on its way back. But I didn't want to interrupt my posting schedule, so I'm going to power through anyway and record this video, and hopefully my voice doesn't completely go before we get to the end of this budget walkthrough, because that would be very annoying. So without further ado, let me just jump into these numbers. So the first thing you'll notice is, for the first time ever since doing these budget walkthrough videos, I am in credit. I started a month with 63p credit. Yes, I'm claiming it, because if you saw my budget recap last month, you'll know why I'm so happy about this, because I overspent big time in the month of September. So yeah, October we redeemed ourselves, we brought it back. Like I said, you can watch that replay in the description box below, where I did the whole live walkthrough of that October budget, so you can see exactly where the money was spent. In that live I also actually shared a little story time about something that happened in the month of October, so definitely watch it and listen to that story time, because yeah, when it rains it pours. But with that being said, let's get into today's budget. So starting off, we have the income and we have our different income streams. So moving on to the expenses, and this is where we allocate our money to our different spending categories. So if we start off at the top and work our way through, so at the top we have groceries. For this month, I've increased the budget to 250. Again, in my October budget recap video, I mentioned the fact that what I wanted to do in the month of November is really look back on how January to October has gone, how much we spent on our different spending categories, and adjust the numbers accordingly so that they're more realistic and we don't overspend like we usually do. So with that being said, I worked out the average, and our average was about 230 to 240 that we ended up spending on groceries. So I've increased the grocery budget now to 250, and hopefully we can actually stick to that number. I say that, and if you look at the actuals, you can see we've already spent £188 of that £250 budget. So it's going to be a bit of a stretch trying to make the rest of that remaining balance, what, £61 last to the end of the month. Doesn't seem very realistic, but then if we go on, stay with me. Takeaways, we budgeted £100 and we still have that £400. So I'm thinking if we actually look at the difference overall, you'll see it's what, £243 left overall that we've still got to spend. So yes, it has been allocated and broken down by groceries, takeaway, lunch and toiletries, but if anything, we can kind of dip in and out of the different pots under that food category and we should be okay. So toiletries is quite high. I budgeted £100, and that's because, if you can see, my hair's changed. I've taken out my extensions. I need to wash and treat my hair. I needed to buy a few different hair products, which is why the toiletries category is a bit higher than it usually would be, because yeah, I've already factored that into the budget for this month. So overall, we had a £470 food budget, and so far we've spent £226 of it, and we have £243.15 left. So about half of the budget is gone and half of it's left, and we're quite close to the start of the month. So yeah, I really need to make sure I stay close to those numbers and we don't go over. Then if we move on to the home category now, we have our mortgage. That is the same amount every single month. That is £1,057.21. That doesn't change on a monthly basis. We're on a fixed term mortgage, so that's why our repayments are exactly the same every single month. And then overpayment, we've set it at £100 again for this month. I think it's been at £100 for the last 3 or so months. And that's just because that's all we can afford to put towards it on a monthly basis, just due to the other expenses that we have and other things that we want to prioritise spending our money on in the month of November. So that's where we are with overpayments. And council tax, I've just realised as I'm going through these numbers live, and I'm not going to change it, I put £132 instead of £140. That was my error, and that means we're basically going to be over by £8 on council tax. So what I need to basically make sure I do is in another area kind of reduce that category by £8 when it comes to my spending that month, so that overall we still come in under budget. But yeah, that was a typo on my part. That basically means when I do the recap video at the end of the month, you're going to see that we've overspent by £8 in the council tax category. But it's fine, I'm going to claw back that £8 from another category before the end of the month. Watch this space. So if we move on to utilities now, and that's pretty much the same every single month. So we've got water, that's £50, gas, that's £40, and electricity, that's 70. I've done it the wrong way around. Electricity, sorry, is 40 and gas is actually 70. And overall, the total cost is £160 for that category. And as you can see, we've spent most of it already, and that's because we've already paid for the electricity and gas for the month of November. So the only thing left to come out at the time of recording this video is the water bill. So then if we move on to giving, now if you've been around here long enough, you'll know that giving is something that we do, but we don't disclose the exact amount. So I'll move swiftly past this category onto the next, which is subscriptions. So subscriptions, we've got TV license, which is £13.43. We've got my husband's mobile phone and Spotify, which is £36.19. And then we have my mobile, which is 40. That also includes my insurance because I'm not great with phones and I always break them, so I need insurance. And then we've got internet, that's £33 a month. And actually, as I'm going through it now, again, there's another typo here, but this one is actually in my favour. So our internet is actually £28, not £33. So that's £5 that we're going to be in credit here. And that £5 can then just go to the council tax, which means actually we're only going to be £3 short. So again, that £3, I'll find it elsewhere in the budget. But can you see how granular I go with this? But that's the only way it kind of works for us, to be honest, when I'm that tight on the numbers, because yeah, otherwise the spending just gets a bit crazy. So next up, we've got Canva. Again, that's £10 that I budget. It's usually a few pennies less due to the exchange rate. It's paid in US dollars. And then the final one you'll see is a new addition, which again I mentioned in my October budget recap video. But this is a new subscription that has been added on my husband's request because he does a lot of animation and uses Adobe Creative Suite for like the work that he does. And also for me, I'm planning to use it for my video editing. So hopefully over the next few months, I'm able to kind of upgrade my videos and make them a lot better and a lot nicer viewing experience for yourself. But yeah, that's why that's on there, and that's going to be an ongoing expense on a monthly basis, £39.95. So then if we move on to transport, and I've budgeted £100 for petrol. In the month of October, we didn't actually use the car that much and we didn't spend much on petrol, but the petrol tank is now quite close to empty, so we will need a full tank, which is approximately £70 to £80. So I budgeted £100 so that if we do run out towards the end of the month, we can kind of just top up a little bit just to see us through to the following month where we can then top up the full tank again. So £100 for petrol should be enough to see us through to the end of the month. Maintenance, I didn't budget anything for it. Travel, that's train, bus or taxis, I've budgeted £30 and we've spent £17 of it already, so £13 to last for the rest of the month. Parking, I budgeted £15, we spent £5.70 of it already. And then car wash, I budgeted £25. Again, if you watch my budget recap video, I talk about the car wash and how much, it's gone up to, and why I'm no longer going to be going to the car wash. So this £25 is basically to go towards the cleaning products, which my husband's going to then use to wash the car at home ourselves, because the prices that they're trying to charge these days at a car wash are absolutely crazy. I'm not here for it. I can't pay it anymore. So yeah, we're going to be washing a car at home. So moving forward, probably in 2022, you won't see car wash on the budget because we're not going to be going. So then we move on to fun and entertainment, and I'm pleased to report fun and entertainment is on the rise. So last month I think we budgeted £150 each. This month I've increased it to £200 each, and the kids I believe was 75 last month. I've increased it to 80 just to give them a little bit more of a buffer. So overall, fun and entertainment now comes in at £640 for the month, which is actually not that bad considering it's for 5 people. But yeah, that's what we could afford to do this month. That's what we chose to do rather this month. So yeah, that's my fun and entertainment for the month, which is good. And then insurance, at £60 we've budgeted for our life insurance, and actually our life insurance is about £58 and some pence, so there's another pound there which can go towards my council tax overestimation, or should I say underestimation. So I think we'll be all right. We'll be able to still come in on budget. Then of course we move on to childcare. Nursery is £416. That's still the price. Hopefully the price doesn't go up again before he leaves next September. And when I say he, sorry, I'm referring to my youngest son, because I appreciate some of you are new around here and you might not know who I'm talking about. But yeah, my youngest son is currently in nursery and we currently pay for him to go 3 days a week. That £416 is not the full cost of the nursery fees. That's just our contribution. And then we get the tax-free childcare top-up, which is an additional 20% on top of what we pay. Miscellaneous, I haven't budgeted anything for that category this month. And then tax bill, that's £91.12. So now 2 more payments and then that bill was gone, and then we're back to being completely debt free. So then we move on to savings and sinking funds. We've budgeted £295, and an emergency fund we budgeted £300. It was supposed to be £300 for both, but that £5 went to another budget category. And then finally investing, we're adding £500 to our Vanguard account, which I'm really happy about because it's been a while since we've actually been able to invest a decent amount into our stocks and shares ISA. So I'm glad that we're finally making some kind of headway with that. So hopefully month on month we can grow that amount that we're adding to our investment account, because I think it is so important for us to invest for our financial futures. And so that's why we really prioritize that when it comes to our savings goals. So that brings us to the end of my budget plans for the month of November. I'll be interested to know actually, guys, what your budget plans are for the month of November. Have you created a budget? Do you like budgeting? What method of budgeting works for you? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you have any questions actually about the budget that I've just shown you, what works for me, what hasn't worked for me over the years, what I've learned, etc. If you have any kind of questions, just literally don't be shy, leave it in the comment section. And if you don't want to leave it in the comment section, you can of course find me on Instagram. I don't talk about my Instagram page enough, but I am very active on there, so you can follow me on Instagram at Pong. I've got another video actually that's either going to be coming out after this video or before this video, where I share my goals for the month of November, because I love the accountability and I like the fact that it encourages and inspires other people to also start setting goals for themselves. And that video that I've recorded is either going to come out before this budget video or after it, but either way, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll get those updates as and when I do them, and it's usually on the 1st or just before the 1st of the month, so you'll get them straight away. So definitely go follow me over on Instagram. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you've enjoyed it and you've made it this far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Like I always say, subscribe to my channel, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Thanks for watching, guys.